Welcome to Truck and Travel. Derek, I am him.
I'm Cinnamon.
Yeah. There you go, Juan. That was for you.
Oh, there's a smile.
So it's been a long day for us. We started out a little bit late, but then we got stuck at the place that we're picking up from
Concrete place.
for about a couple hours, or over a couple hours.
Yeah. I mean, before we got to tie up the last thing, we were there, like from the time we got there to they loaded us. It was about 2.5 hours. And there was like nobody else around. So that's the weird part. I mean, I can kind of understand if there's a whole line of people, but
when we checked in, the guy gave us our paperwork. He's like, yeah, just go on the side of the building and somebody will be right with you. We went to the side of the building.
And we waited for 25 minutes.
Sounds about right.
So we waited for 25 minutes and I called him and I said, are we in the right spot? And he's like, yeah, they're actually, they're finishing up on one of the pieces. He said, so that should be a half hour, but someone should be right over. They're going to go ahead and load you, and then you guys can start strapping that while they're finishing up the other.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, okay. So then we're waiting, and then I'm like, or I asked him, I said, so are we okay parked here, or do we need to move or anything? And he said, no, they know where you're at. You're good where you are. Yeah, so we're like, oh, okay. So we got off the phone. That was at 11:15, and then at 12:45, which is an hour and a half later, like this is after someone's supposed to come by and, loading us and everything like that. Then they started loading, and then then we waited probably about like 20 or so minutes for the last piece.
No, we waited a long time for the last piece.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. We almost called though, like for the last piece, because they loaded a couple different pieces, and then that must have been the last piece that they were working on or whatever.
I think you almost called, not me.
Yeah. But you see, we're married, so when I want to call, that means we want to call.
I guess.
I wanted to call because I had coffee and I had to go to the bathroom, and so I was a little bit impatient, but not really because it was us waiting a while, and I'm like, are you sure there's another piece? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, well, maybe we're loaded because it was such a long time between pieces or whatever, but
I knew we weren't because I talked to the guy that was loading us. He was keeping me updated.
But he didn't say there's another piece.
He said that we were waiting on the one piece.
You never told me that part.
I told you. Anyways.
So it's been snowing and raining.
Yeah, it's 33 degrees right now, so
it doesn't know what it wants to do.
It wants to freeze. That's what it wants to do.
Yeah. So we already called. Whenever you're loaded, you want to call the place that you're delivering to, and just always check up, because sometimes it's different than the Raycon. Like the Raycon today said that we had a 9 a.m. appointment, so we didn't get much sleep last night because we stayed up late, and then we got the Raycon really late, and realized, hey, it takes us a couple hours to even get to the pickup place, so we're gonna have to leave like early. So we were running late, so we called to let them know like what time we were gonna be there, and the lady's like, oh no, we don't have appointments. She's like, just as long as you're here before 4 o'clock. So our Raycon was wrong. So you always want to call the place you're picking up and the place you're delivering to make sure that either if you do have an appointment, it doesn't say it on the Raycon, or if the Raycon says you do have an appointment and you can actually be there a little bit later. So
it was nice finding out because we ended up just
relaxing a little bit, like not being so stressed, to get there. And
stopped at a truck stop and we filled up all the way. I was just gonna splash and go, but we decided we had enough time, might as well fill it up all the way, and got some DEF, and then we drove over to another truck stop, and there's a McDonald's right beside it, so we got some breakfast over there. And we're gonna probably stop at a rest area coming up just to check up on our load, make sure everything's good.
How's the battery on this? Good. And something else that we were thankful for is that we didn't have another partial to put with this. So like that time that it took to wait and everything like that.
Oh yeah. Put a screw this over.
Yeah. And so this is actually big things of concrete. And we kind of had a dilemma, like while it's raining, we're getting wet, it's cold outside and everything like that. Derek had to work out how to put chains on it instead, because we put straps on it first and we were tightening them and it like broke through one of the rubber pieces.
The one concrete thing, I was able to put straps on that, but we couldn't put straps on the second big concrete thing because it had a fiberglass thing sticking out the top. So I couldn't crisscross the straps like I wanted to, because that would just tore up that piece.
Yeah.
So we just tried to go 2 straight across just to see how it would do with the 4-inch straps. And I ended up sliding off, and I decided I wasn't going to try anything else with the straps. We just wanted to play it safe with the chains, because we seen there's 2 spots that they hooked onto with the machine they loaded it with, so we just used that and got the chain nice and tight. But when we stop, we're going to check the object to make sure that there's no fractures in the concrete from it being chained down or whatever.
Yeah, it's always good every time that you stop, even to get gas or anything like that, just go on both sides. Like there's 2 of us, so we always have our own sides.
Yeah.
Always like checking it, and we always make sure that the pin is in and everything, or what is that thing called? Whatever, for the gooseneck.
For the head or whatever. Yeah. Make sure the gooseneck's locked down. And
every time.
You can do this too if you have a diesel truck, not necessarily if you have a gasoline engine.
Did I say gas?
Yeah.
I'm so used to it. Well, I've only ever really driven gas, except for like lately.
Everybody has this idea in their head that whenever you go to get fuel, it's getting gas. It's like getting gas. It's like gas is the new word for fuel. I'm sure.
I've only ever had to go get gas.
I'm sure I do it too.
No, but the reason you always want to check your gooseneck, we watched this one video where apparently they must have had, like, guy must have cut him off or something must have happened. So it was a dash cam view, and it showed this this truck was parked this way, and this guy comes up and he's like knocking on the door and trying to get in and stuff. So obviously he had a problem with that driver.
I don't know if he tried to get in.
Yeah, it showed him like trying that he tried the door handle and stuff. And so he like looked around and went up and like pulled a pin out, a kingpin. And then it shows like after a time lapse, the driver came out and started to drive off, and it fell down. And so like you can't read minds. You never know if you accidentally offended a driver. Maybe you didn't mean to, or you didn't see, or something. You know.
Maybe you just woke up that day and somebody seen you and decided
that they hate you. So anyways, we always, it's part of our routine, we always check and make sure everything's hooked up. Because you know, at one time, it was after the weekend, so we had unhooked the truck. Derek hooked it back up, and we were about ready to leave and stuff, and I checked it, and it wasn't down all the way. Like, so it happens, you know.
Like I said, I'm not perfect.
Oh, I probably would have done it too. I probably will sometime. It's getting foggy in here.
Yeah, it's trying not to have the windshield on, because when we do that, it doesn't allow the air to recirculate in the truck. It sucks out air from outside, so we got to deal with like fumes or whatever.
Oh, you can see the heart. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
Just the exit on the right to Ohio 199.
There's an ad on here on Instagram for this scale that can detect like your heart rate, health and stuff like that. For your feet. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I bet it works.
In In 1/4 mile, turn
Man.
left on
Oh,
US
it's
30 business
beautiful.
route.
Still foggy out.
Yeah, it's snoggy out.
Is it snuggy in your guys' area?
Turn left on US 30 business route.
Oh, you might want to get in front of this person. That long.
I ain't doing it.
You have time.
No, with a trailer.
You could have gone.
Yeah, that'd be dangerous, wouldn't it?
No. Look, I may be an outlaw trucker.
If we had a car, I'd do it.
Mm.
And then with a trailer and a load on it. Took less than a minute.
Man. Man, this snow is crazy.
Crazy.
It's coming in from like the sideways. Reminds me of like
sideways.
Forrest Gump when he's like,
Forest Green.
we had we had rain coming up, down, sideways. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of
Yeah, that's Forrest Gump.
In
Bubba
1/4
said it.
mile,
Bubba's,
arrive
you know,
at Love's Tire
voice when he's
Care
talking about all
on
the
the
shrimp.
left.
Well, Forrest said all that.
Yeah, but I was doing it in Bubba's
Oh.
voice.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Oh, maybe the snow isn't going sideways. We were just driving in it. Look how pretty.
Pretty.
Oh, I love it.
Love it.
Are you hungry? We getting something to eat?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
See if you do it again. Ooh, I like the green one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's one.
Like the one with snow on
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Ooh, even that one.
it. Yeah, good. Couldn't I?
I would, yeah.
Be a little bit easier.
Yeah. Be out of people's way a little bit more. Maybe.
Nose. This one causes us to be in the way more.
Oh.
Turn right on North Warpole Street, then exit right.
Oh, son of a gun.
Whoa.
Yeah, people don't care. You just gotta keep doing your own thing. Not worry about anybody else. So that way you don't hit anybody. Let them hit you.
Should not be driving through a parking lot that fast.
Hey, logbooks.
But there's pedestrian and the visibility isn't.
Life's distracting. That's what happens when you got a good looking woman right next to you.
You look perfect on my side.
There we go. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead
Ohio State hat on.
we're gonna go inside and get some Hardee's, use the restroom, get some coffee,
Coffee.
everything
Ow.
in between.
yesterday on your mast for that big shackle.
Well, guys, thanks for riding along with us. This is the end of the day. We made it to... We picked up something else in... Oh, I can't remember. Brown, Kentucky. Now we're in Illinois. And we're headed for Iowa currently. So hopefully we'll shoot some more videos. Thanks for hanging out with you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for riding along. Please subscribe. God bless you guys.
I wanna drive a faster car, nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.